All right, we are recording. Everyone say hi to YouTube. Oh my God, I got paused a song. Oh my God, hold on. Hold on. Okay, music is paused. All right, now let's get into it. All right, glasses are coming off. Oh, why does my head hurt? Hi, Starry Night. Welcome in. Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, let's get into the collective. Brian's glasses come off when Helen's boxing gloves come on. Listen, my glasses come off to channel. It makes it easier to connect. You all know this. And now I'm extra blind since my last visit, so I can barely read what you guys are saying. I feel real old. I'm like, hold on, my cataracts is acting up. All right. Ooh. I think we've got a love reading coming our way today. All the cute baddies make a glare at the camera. So I appreciate it, Starry. Oh, I can't. Can I get some cards, please? Hodge said, ew. They're really playing with me right now. Wow. Okay. The love readings be flying out lately. It's y'all want them secretly. Y'all asking for them because they're showing up. Wow. This is a lot. This is like a lot. Okay. Interesting. Wow. Is it for myself? No, I don't. Girl, I ain't getting it for myself. Let's be so for real. Love will show up for me when it's meant to show up for me, and I know that. This is an interesting reading. It's a good one too, by the looks of it. This is looking pretty good. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's dive in. Bottom of the deck is your challenge. Represents what you're not seeing. The star. 9 of Pentacles. Justice. Okay, cool. I think your challenge is kind of... It's almost like the best challenge I think you could have here. For a lot of you guys, you've been working really hard on... How do I say this? It's like some of you have been working really hard on the part of you that needs to always be in a relationship. And so it feels like you've done a lot of healing around your ability to be single and your ability to be available without needing validation, without needing a partner. And so it kind of is like reading as almost like the best... This is almost like best case scenario for me is what I feel like I want to say here. Like, out of all the challenges you could have, I feel like this is the best case for you. Is like, okay, I just want to make sure that I am still supporting myself, sticking by myself. You know, a lot of you have also tackled the codependency wound I'm hearing, you know, making sure that you're able to support yourself, be by yourself, listen to yourself, spend time with yourself without needing like outside validation here. You know, I've told you guys this before, but when we need constant outside validation, it's because we're outsourcing our authenticity. Okay, we need to make sure that we're standing firm in our authentic expression and who we are and what we stand for. So that way we are not always outsourcing for someone else's idea of what makes us good enough. Okay, let's dive in. Let's talk about it. Very interesting. You start with the Page of Swords and the Two of Cups. So Page of Swords for me is like inquisition, inquisitive energy. And the Two of Cups is a soulmate connection. So it does feel like some of you, like I said, this does not feel... Two of Cups can be business partnership. This doesn't feel like a business reading, babe. The Lovers was next to the Two of Cups. Okay? This feels like a love reading. And I feel like with the Page of Swords here and the Two of Cups, it's almost like a... I almost want to say dare to be myself. This feels like some of you guys are working on this idea of like, okay, I need to show up as me to attract someone who's in love with me, not in love with another version of me. So this is almost like if I were suddenly living a life where I got rid of all my tattoos and I'm not showing up as an authentic version of me, and I find someone's like, oh, I love you, I want to be with you, but I'm not showing up as authentically me. Is this the right connection for me? You know what I mean? It's like, you guys knew me when I had really long nails. You know me now with no nails. I need a partner who's going to love me with nails and without nails, because that's authentic to me in that moment. That's the authentic expression. And I feel like a lot of you guys are working really hard to not change yourself and alter yourself for the expectation of other people. Okay? Because with your lovers also came the Four of Wands. Ultimately, for a lot of you guys, you do want some sort of stable, long-term commitment here, okay? Four of Wands is my halfway to marriage card, and the Lovers is the choice card, also card of Gemini, but also the connection card. Where's my other deck? Oh, there it is. Okay. You know, so it kind of feels like we're focused on the long term here, which is really positive, while also making sure that we're showing up authentically for the long term as well. The High Priestess. Interesting. I think it's funny that the High Priestess came out as a Kier mentioned an Oracle deck. So a lot of you have your own intuition, your own craft. You just have to use it a little bit more. Fear that the light will bring judgment. Yeah, exactly. I feel like a lot of you guys are getting used to being seen for who you want to be and not who you think people want to see you as. Yeah, Six of Cups. I think a lot of you guys also are also kind of looking back at your childhood and asking yourself, okay, what did I learn here? What has been like the word I just heard was preconceived notion. You know, so when we're looking at childhood, what are the preconceived notions we've learned? You know, what have we latched onto? What belief systems have we copulated for our own self? These types of questions are sort of the road that brings us to our authentic expression, right? Because what if I was given a belief that I don't agree with? In your clarifying row, it's got like a million eyes staring. Reminded me of your story. Interesting, Akir. That does. In your clarifying deck, you have the Chariot and the Five of Wands. So I think some of you guys definitely come from families probably very similar to me, because remember, Akir mentioned the story. Why am I sweating all of a sudden? A lot of you guys come from families that are very similar to mine, of that, like, love had to be earned. There was, like, specific, I almost want to say, like, prerequisites that you had to hit to be worthy of love, to be worthy of affection. For someone here, wow, that's loud. I'm going to say it. I don't know who needs to hear this. You had to prove you were worthy of being touched. Some of you guys, your parents could have withheld physical affection from you, like they didn't hug you. Little dark. We got a little dark there for a second. You know, and it's like you have almost now as an adult, you're learning to get over the touch aversion. You know, when people touch you, go in for a hug or whatever, you're like, oh, this isn't horrible. I can deal with this. And I feel like with the Six of Swords and the Emperor, this is eventually what's leading you to the partner that you guys want here. You know, some of us are partners, some of us are not. And I feel like with the Six of Swords and the Emperor here, you're... Hold on. Say it again. They're really harping on this. In order to find a partner who wants to touch you, you have to want to be touched. What is that? Some of you guys, this is a weird one. How do I explain this? Like, I saw germaphobe, But like, maybe it is. Some of you have like OCD about like germs or something, or like or this like weird way of thinking about germs and touching. Um, I don't know. It came through very briefly. Like, oh, don't touch me, you're dirty, or like, I'm dirty. I don't know. This is a weird one for me, guys. Give me a card on it. The world. Yeah, like, contamination. Yeah. Akira hit the right word there, too. I feel like with contamination, there's something here about, like, some of you guys need to also work on that within yourself. Like wanting to be touched. Oh, okay. That's another word. Some of y'all getting hit in religious trauma right now. Sinful? Wanting to touch and be touched is not sinful. I think that's where some of you guys have wires crossed with like dirty and sin. Like come through religious trauma. It's weird. It's weird. And some of you need to work on deconstructing that and like sitting within that. Like, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not really getting much else. So let's just get some clarifier cards out here. Page of Diamonds. A lot of you, this is childhood. 10 of Wands. What is this? Whose trauma is this? I'm literally hearing like a parent talk to a child, like, oh, wash your hands, you touched something dirty. Oh, wash your hands before you eat, they're dirty. Oh, you touched a doorknob, did you wash your hands? It's dirty. Someone here had like a parent that focused a lot on things being dirty and things being like unclean, and then combined it with the religious trauma, and so the wires got very crossed here, and so now it feels like coming from childhood, a lot of you guys, or whoever I'm reading for, is like, well, you can't touch me, I'm dirty. Again, this is very sensitive and very odd. I don't know why they want me to dig into this a little bit more. Page of Swords, definitely childhood. Definitely, this is a childhood wound. This is not like an adult wound. But then you have the Fool. I almost feel like some of you guys, as silly as this is going to sound, it's like you need to do exposure therapy. You know, Chris and I joke about this all the time, but like the only way you're going to learn that wanting to touch and be touched is normal is if you do it. You know, like the only way you're going to learn that you're not dirty and that you are worthy of being seen, loved, touched, and felt is by actually doing it. It's by getting seen, loved, touched, and felt. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. I think this is a big for a lot of you guys. I'm slamming y'all right now. I think physical intimacy is a really big block for a lot of you. With the Five of Wands, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles here, I think a lot of you guys have like this aversion to relationship because you are not ready to be touched. Yeah, you've got the Sun at the bottom of the deck and the King of Swords. This is... Wow, okay. How do I say this? Some of you, this is directly correlated to physical abuse in the household. I don't know who needs to hear that. I don't know why it's coming through, but my symbol for physical abuse is a wooden spoon. And I saw that. So I will say that for those of you that suffered in that regard, your aversion to being touched is quite literally directly correlated. Okay? That has to be processed. That has to be looked at. That's not something that's going to go away here. Okay? But I outside of that, I think a lot of this is touch aversion. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of you are struggling with physical intimacy right now. I mean, yeah, the temperance, balance. Oh my God, no, Akir. 9 of crystals. Yeah. Oh, girl, Bucci don't need a hug. Trust me. He's fine. I think I'm going to say this. Some of you may not like this. If you are not in a place to be touched, you don't want to be touched. You're not ready. It's a battle you're not ready to fight. You're not looking for love. You're looking for validation. Okay? Some of you guys need to recognize here, it is perfectly acceptable and okay to not be ready for a relationship, to not be ready for love, to not be ready for something, even if we want it. But some of you need to start being more for real with yourselves and more honest with yourselves and accept that right now, that's just simply not the journey for you. There is no shame in that, okay? But you have to own it, okay? Wanting someone to adore you from afar without getting closer to you is not love. It's validation. It's adoration. Some of you, it borders obsession. Okay? You need to recognize that that's not love. That's, I want someone else to fill my cup because I can't right now. Okay? I'm going to get you an oracle card, and then we'll end the collective there. As always, Angelarium, favorite oracle deck, reimagining of the Falling of the Angels, absolutely iconic. All right, what's the advice for this collective, please? Please? Oh my God, you're gonna die. You know how I literally, this card is about obsession, and I literally said, some of you, it's about obsession. Sariel, Angel of the Waning Moon. Just wait till y'all hear this one. The messages are not subtle tonight, babe. That's for sure. It's number 29 for those of you that are into numerology. Okay. With hunger comes the claws of desperation. If you have drawn this card, it should be a sign that you are waiting for something. Though your mind wanders, a single shard remains fixed, focused, and waiting. What is at the root of your fixation? Without answering this question, you may be unable to control the part of you that obsesses over that fixation. All right, girls, ladies, gays, theys, I'm going to end your collective there. That is what I have for you today. If you are watching this video on YouTube, consider liking and subscribing. I'm just kidding. I'm not. But I hope to see you over here on Twitch one day, and I will catch you guys in the next video, okay? Bye.